You've finally gotten a track right where you want it. It took you forever to get here. It's finally ready to export. So you throw it on in the car and
Godson, that's wonderful.
this is actually one of the most common issues students and beginners face. Sure, it sounds good in your setup, but it falls apart in the car, on your phone, and on your playback system. The bass disappears. The vocals get lost. The balance is off and everything just feels small. How can it sound so drastically different from one system to the next? And what do you do about it? The most important thing to know is that your sound is passing through multiple levels of lies before it ever gets to your ears. Your monitors, your room, and your judgment are all working against you here. Not all speakers are created equal, yet every single decision you make is made through the lens of your studio monitors. A really solid monitor lets you get surgical with the mid-range, allowing you to hear all the most vital parts of a vocal and where a compressor catches a snare drum. EQ is only part of the battle, though. Bad monitors can have poor transient response, unforgiving distortion at high levels, and narrow sweet spots. Monitors with large ports can also be a big problem here. This can lead to lingering bass notes and inaccurate low-end response. Remember, if your setup boosts the bass, it's lying about how much bass is actually there. Don't be surprised if that low-end thump disappears everywhere else. The fix for this is to listen on multiple monitors if you can. A/B test and check with headphones as well. If you're mixing in an untreated room, and most of us are, there is a lot working against you here as well. Reflections and clapback are the most obvious offenders, but getting rid of these doesn't mean that you're in the clear. Flat, parallel surfaces are actually really bad for acoustics, and most of us are mixing in a cube. Depending on the dimensions and the materials of the room, different frequencies will be overrepresented and some will be lacking. This matters even if you're not recording here. Remember, every decision is run through this filter. For a fix, you can try the mirror trick, where anywhere you would see the monitors from the mix position in a reflection on the wall is a place where the sound would reflect as well. You know it would need treatment there. You can also calibrate your room with something like SonarWorks, which inverts the overestimated EQs. This one's a bit more esoteric, but ear fatigue is a real thing and is incredibly damaging to your tracks. Have you ever spent hours tweaking a single plugin only to make it sound worse than it was before? Or spent all night working on a track that sounded like garbage when you listened to it in the morning? Your ears lose the ability to be objective after a while. While it's nice to think we can pull an all-nighter to get an EP done in time, I promise the result will be much better if you can come back with fresh ears once in a while. If you've hit the point where you can't hear the difference in your tweaks, sometimes the best thing you can do is just take the dog for a walk, no headphones, and just come back with fresh judgment. This is the easiest and best fix in this whole video. These fixes to common translation issues address a lot of student and beginner audio problems. I put together a guide outlining the most common student mix mistakes across all beginners, so if you want to avoid those and find out what to do instead, check out the link in the description. Come by again for this and other audio issues explained.